Well, good afternoon, and welcome to March. This year has gone so fast, and I think it's going to speed up the closer I get to the end of May, because that's when Refracting Rainbows is moving back to London. Anyways, I thought I would introduce myself. I'm Marcia. I'm retired. I have been playing with yarn since I was 5 years old, so that's 61 years. Wow, that's a long time, hey, to play with yarn. Anyways, I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to weave. But my rule is that I'm not buying new yarn. So I think what I kind of narrowed my creative process to is using materials that already exist. So if I'm gonna make myself an apron, for example, like this one, this is material that I bought at a thrift store. So I'm not going out to a store to buy material. I will support them by buying supplies. But yeah, so I want to start, I guess, with showing you a few finished objects. One of them is this cowl. I still need to weave in the ends, so I'm trying not to show the ends, right? This was in a Christmas book that my daughter gave me, which of course I don't have here. But I will be crocheting a few more things out of it, so I'll show it off then. It has, let's see, let me show it to you up close. The gray is Cabin Fever, the same Cabin Fever that I'll show you again. I used it in a pattern in January. The purple is Stash that I've had for a long time. The green is Pima Cotton that I bought at Value Village because it was a good deal. And the beige is Leftover Barocco Remix that I made my daughter's hat out of. So it was one of the colors. So that is my cowl. It's really, really long. I don't know if you can see how long it is. Double. I can wrap it around my neck 3 times. Looks kind of cute, eh? I quite like the look of it. So this is another, yeah, it's a zigzag pattern, and I don't have my my hands on the book, although I thought it was in my bookshelf. Okay, it isn't. So that was one of the finished projects that I finished this year. Let's take it off because it's kind of warm and sunny out, so I don't really need to be so warm. A little thing that I finished, I participated in the Ravelinics and totally forgot to record anything that I made. I remembered it on the 28th at I don't know what time, but I just thought there's not enough time in my evening to get this done, so we'll just go. But I wanted to do a Canadian yarn and a Canadian designer, and I wanted to make it fast. So this was in the toy event, and this is a little fish. Now, I'm not particularly thrilled, I don't know if you can see that, with the way the nose is. I don't know, maybe it looks better that way. I also tried to use some kind of I can't can't see it, I put it in, I cleaned up my desk last week, and it's getting a bit crazy, but I put things away and I don't know where they are. Anyway, so this is one, and I know that I'm going to make more of them because they are kind of cute. But I will not stuff them with yarn ends. That's what I use. Try to do it with. I will just use regular stuffing. And I'll figure out how to fix the nose, because I don't like it. So that was one of the things that I did. I think I have these things right by my desk, and I'll have to show it to you later. But I will put in a plug for the kitchen sink group on Ravelry. Garlene is the designer. She's from here in Ontario, and she graciously puts out a dishcloth pattern every month. Last year it was movies. This year it's female detectives. So I see some, mysteries in. I've knit Miss Marple, but I don't know exactly where it is right now. It might be in the wash, which is where it should be. The one I'm working right now is February's, and that was, her last name is Svensson, Helen or Hedda. And I made a mistake here at the beginning, but it's a dishcloth. I'm not too worried about that. And I wasn't going to pull it back. So, I do use a kind of a lifeline. The pattern is eight rows long, and I get confused. So I do keep a bit of a lifeline so that I can count my rows and know where I am. But that's how that's coming. Garlene also inspires me in my own design journey of patterns. So, and I think a dishcloth is a great way to test a pattern. And then you could take this pattern maybe and put it in a sweater or a scarf or whatever. But it's kind of fun to practice. Or you could change the pattern. Like this can be your jumping ground. And that's what it is for me. All right. The last but not least, because it's the biggest finished object, is my Hexie cardigan, which is huge. And there's a whole video in this cardigan, so I'm not going to say too much about it. I haven't weighed it to see how much yarn it's used up, but again, the main color running through this is the Cabin Fever in gray. I was gifted a whole package of this yarn, so I used it and I ran it through with remnants of sock yarn. So I had a whole bunch of sock yarn in my suitcase, my DK and, no, my fingering and lace weight suitcase. That's where I keep those things. I had all these little balls, and so I carefully divided them up into two. So I was weighing out, and both sides are pretty much the same. It's just really, really big. Kind of like Canada. It's really, really big. And I think if I hadn't have tried it on, it would have gotten even bigger. It's on back. I have a tendency to put it on backwards. So when I tried it on, I knew it was really big. But I put it on it. I decided to keep it this big because when it's cool, and sometimes it is, it feels like you're being hugged by your yarn. I wear it out. I actually wear it a lot. I wear it when I go out because it's warm. I've got it on inside out. I don't know. It just gets thrown on. But yeah, the thing that I'm going to make another one. I'm not pulling this one out. This one has value, but I am collecting yarn to make another one, which means collecting a base yarn. I don't have enough of the gray to do another hexagon cardigan. I don't think. Yeah, so I'm going to have to find some kind of yarn to knit with whatever's left in my sock yarn to make this go. Anyways, I'm going to just keep it wrapped around my shoulders. What else did I finish? I finished one of the, I finished the Miss Marple. I finished the Miss Marple dishcloth. It's in the sink, and I am working on the Hedda Svensson thing. I'll put notes. I know how to do show notes now, so I'll put them in. What else did I make? Oh, I made this little bag. Did I? I thought I... Well, I'll talk about it in what's coming up. The first thing I want to share is... So I'm not buying new to me yarn as much as possible, but I'm not saying no to yarn, or if I see yarn that calls my name at a thrift store, I'll probably put it in my basket. So let's go with what's new, and I'll try to give you the weights. I am tracking how much I knit and how much I bring in and how much I use up. So I am tracking this by grams. Let's see. So let's talk first about Juan the Yarn Addict. He has a wonderful vlog, whatever. He does a lot of lives on YouTube and TikTok, but I kind of like sitting and knitting and making comments and just listening to him. I have never bought yarn at the Dollar Tree, and this is backwards. I don't know if it's backwards for you, but it's backwards for me. Premier Just Yarn. So I thought, well, I'm going to take you up on this, because I have a pattern. There's a pattern from the Crochet Carpenter, who is here in Toronto, for a little rabbit finger puppet, and I like gray rabbits. So I brought this to make some rabbits and maybe some other things. Yes, and then this, I'll just maybe knit something with it, but I'm not going to go back. I just want to try it and see what it is, right? Like, I mean, you think that when it's at the dollar store, it's not very good quality yarn, and maybe some of it isn't, but that comes highly recommended. So I'll try it out. So that's 2 yarns that I bought. Those are 2 new yarns, brand new. So a little bit away from my thing. At Talese, I bought this. I'm not sure what the weight of it. It feels like it might be a bulky. And it also feels like it's a cake. But, so I'm going to look at the Caron cakes and see if I can find out if it's that. If it is, it has a project. When I was getting to the end of my sweater, I wasn't sure that I was going to have enough sock yarn, so I put a call out to my knitting group, and they came through. Joy came through with 3 balls of Peyton's Croy sock yarn. There's this one, and there's a gray one that I think has fallen on the floor. So I have 3 balls of sock yarn, and she won't take them back. So I gotta find something to do with those. And then this Baby Soft. I'm thinking. This is really soft yarn. It's a 3 light, 4.5 crochet hook, 4mm needles, or is that 4.5? 4mm needles and things. So, yeah, Baby Love. Is there anything else that came into my life? There's the other ball of Croy, and then there was a ball of Noro Korean, which I put away, so I can't find it. But it was not a full ball. It didn't have a band, but at least I don't think it had a band. I know what Noro Korean looks like, but I bought that. So those are the finished objects and the acquisitions. What am I going to be doing this year? Do I have works in progress? I do. I have a few things that I'm making for the Knit Busy Hands group. I have this to finish and March. One of the things that I have on my bingo card for this year is to learn some new tricks. So the first trick that I'm going to learn is stack stitches, and that's with Sandy Peters. And I brought that bag over here. I know I did. Oh dear. Oh, it's on the chair. The pattern is called Ribbon Candy, and it calls for a super bulky yarn. It's 9 inches wide, 67 inch long, and somebody that I read, they did it in they used two skeins of worsted weight together. Now this might go with one of them, but let me just quickly grab the bag. All right. I found the Croy. So I've got some nice colors together. They could do something. I don't know. The other finished object, and this takes a night. This is by Juan the Yarn Addict. And it's called the Itty Ditty Bitty Bag. Okay, and it's a free pattern available on Ravelry. It crochets up pretty quickly. I made the bottom wrong, so I'm going to make another one and make it right. But this is just kind of a nice thing to have to put things in, you know, in your purse. I don't know. It's a little bag. I might make it longer or widen it. You can do it. Once you have a pattern or recipe, you can double it, triple it. With care. You have to be careful when you double and triple, but I really like the way the stitch pattern goes. So you're doing half double crochets, but you're doing them in between each other, and that gives you that effect. So again, I'll put it in the show notes. Oh, and there is the Korean. It did have a yarn label. That's how I knew it. But this is the Noro. And then I have a couple of balls of this Peyton's Decor, which is a nut medium for medium. So what I thought I would do is similar to the my cardigan. Excuse me. I will run this all the way through, but then when I'm doing my colors, I can take this out, and then I can add green. I've got green. I've got this as an option. I've got this as an option. I got a lot of options. Let me hold them up. I haven't quite decided what to do, but I think if I go with 4 colors, I'm hoping I have enough of the green of these two to make that work. You know what? If I don't have enough of these two, I'm going to use these 2 colors because they're bright, and I think they still go well. And then we'll have this as our crazy color. And I will, if it becomes too short, we'll just turn it into a cowl or something. So I think that's the way that this pattern is going to go. So that starts, why Sandy Peters? Linda over at Wool Hobby, who she's from the Netherlands, and she does an English vlog and a Dutch vlog. I listen to the Dutch vlog because I need to practice my Dutch. But anyway, she is having some workshops with Sandy Peters, and so in her group, she thought it would be fun to have a Sandy Peters knit along. Now, Sandy Peters does these really cool things with stitches, and I wish I had photocopied a picture of it, because maybe I can do another video about that when I'm halfway through some of the things. But the trick that they've developed is called stacked stitches, and so you get this kind of a wavy effect, which is very exciting to me. So I think tomorrow I'm going to make the star. They have patterns on Ravelry that are paid patterns, and they also have free ones. Ribbon Candy is free, as is the star and the oak leaf that I will be talking about soon. But the plan for this month is to learn the stacked stitch, use the stacked stitch in these 3 different knitting projects, and then maybe play with the stacked stitches and see what I can create out of that process. So there we go. That sets up my March pretty well, don't you think? And I've talked for 23 minutes. So if you are stash busting, if you are trying to use up, be creative with the things that you have, please join me on the journey. I am looking for subscribers. I'm looking for likes. I'm looking for all the things. Please share it if you like on Facebook or wherever. I am just at this point on YouTube. So yeah, I have a blog. Maybe I'll post some things on the blog that reference this video as well. So thank you for stopping by for the afternoon. And catching up with me. Feel free to share your projects in the comments zone, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.